Doing web design today has two different approaches. The first one is creating websites which are really visually compelling, that have an incredible user experience, but they're there just to showcase the brand. And then the other one, which we're focused at our own studio, is creating websites that drive conversions and which are a core asset to the business sales operations. And that's why in this video, I'll be showcasing 5 tips on how you can improve your website conversions on your next Webflow build. Why do you actually need to be focused on conversions on your marketing website or on the marketing website of your client or anything like that? And that is because I think you're just leaving a lot of money on the table.
He's all in.
There are websites which are even ugly. Like, I know, like I really love Alex Hormozy and his book and everything like that. But you'll see his kind of website, acquisition.com here. And like, for example, when you submit a form, it's really simple. It has simple copy. It has a simple video from him telling you what next is going to be happening. And that's probably what brings him conversions. And that's why I don't like talking about any of the websites. Is it good or is it not? And only implement things on the website itself when we know which results is the client getting, which data they have, and kind of how can we use that data in order to create a better overall experience for the website. So without further ado, let's jump straight to the tips. The first step is going to be where the page you're designing is actually in the conversion flow overall. I mean, like in the ideal worst scenario, you're just gonna have a red button saying buy now, and people are just gonna buy everything on your website and just gonna create a cash cow machine that's gonna be bringing you a lot of money. But that's not actually the case. And that's why you need to understand, did somebody just found out about a company? Did somebody already read maybe a blog? Like, I don't know, kind of basically our system at Flow Ninja is like when somebody is reading a blog, they're probably not ready to buy yet, specifically because kind of we do offer websites, we do offer consulting, and kind of we do offer Webflow on an ongoing rate for kind of almost all of our clients or enterprise projects, etc., etc. But when you read a one blog, you're probably not going to be that committed to go ahead and kind of get in touch. So that's why we have a simple email form, which is really low commitment for somebody to get interested for our brand and for Webflow in general, where we can send more and more emails. And then afterwards, you can see maybe on our homepage, somebody kind of reads our blog. A few months later on, they search on Google for Flow Ninja. They come, they can go to kind of talk to us or explore our services. And then the final step is going to be like when they actually reach out to us, where we do have a contact form, which is really specific and really in depth to showcase to our clients that we actually care about and that we want to use their time in the best way possible, so that they have a lot of fields to fill in for us to understand our business better and for us to prepare for the sales call. So that's also a branding kind of thing where you can see, do I want everybody to reach out? Do I want just some specific people to reach out? And you can just kind of start testing your offer and testing your website on kind of how to actually position it based on where it is on your conversion flow of your overall user journey. The second tip is going to be focused on your headlines and like let your headlines tell the story and then have call to actions afterwards. I see so many websites that are designed with lorem ipsum and that have like random copy on the buttons themselves, but that is actually the most important thing in my opinion. Sometimes we're gonna be designing a page for our studio for 1 month just because we cannot get to the proper copy and like the proper positioning of the landing page itself. Like, I feel like when you get to a stage of design or development or anything of that matter in Webflow, good design is just gonna be kind of one thing that you are just gonna deliver. So like nobody's gonna question, is this pretty or is it not pretty? It's more about how can you help your client or your own studio create a better positioning by leveraging kind of web design and by leveraging Webflow. So that's why I love companies like Basecamp. I don't know, they've done a campaign, just let me do my job, and then like the whole landing page, the whole squeeze page that we're gonna be also talking about a little bit later on, is just created about telling their brand story and then having a really clear call to action. So another meeting isn't the answer, just let me do my job. That headline either came in 2 minutes or it came in with a lot of revisions and a lot of work before they launched it. And that's why I like their marketing website also, like because they're the single and like the only project management tool that has a single landing page that can showcase you everything, which is usually pretty hard to do. Sometimes we go a different route where we want to create a page for this, where we want to create a page for this, and then we end up in a website that has 100+ pages. And that is probably just because we maybe didn't spend enough time on the homepage, on the services page, or on some of the core pages in order to showcase everything that like our studio does, our client does, or anybody of that matter, so that we can showcase it in the shortest way possible. An example here for Basecamp, you have refreshingly simple project management. Then got 60 seconds, see how it works. It basically tells you, like before watching the video, that it's gonna take only 60 seconds. It's not gonna take more than that, which is gonna probably increase the likelihood of somebody watching the video itself. Then what makes Basecamp so special. Like one thing is gonna be like, even if you don't read a paragraph, you're gonna have in your mind, like from a marketing perspective, you're gonna have Basecamp and special like as 2 words combined here. So it's gonna be a great way for you to actually perceive their brand in a different way. Then you can see easier to track progress, fewer meetings, no more messy email threads, way more accountability, more effective, more in control, etc., etc. And that's why they probably added testimonials like this, because nobody maybe is gonna be reading the testimonial, so they've created a shorter version of testimonials that they can showcase on the website, so that it makes it more likely for somebody to actually read the testimonials themselves. I mean, like any of the like really popular SaaS platforms, any digital products of that matter, have incredible copy, and like they're making the design work for the copy itself. So that's why, for example, like if you see MailChimp turn emails into revenue. So first of all, they're solution oriented. We're the best email marketing tool out there, but they're okay. You want to turn emails into revenue, we're here for you. So they're putting me as a customer in the hero. And then afterwards you have convert with automations, scale with AI analytics, target with segmentation, sync with integration. So by just going to their hero of the product itself, you know what it's gonna do for you, and you know which features it's gonna do for you. So in just like one hero, which probably had a million of revisions, I know that for MailChimp's website, they are testing it and changing it and changing it and changing it month after month after month after month. So for them, it's a continuous conversion rate optimization tactic, which they're testing and seeing how it works and what doesn't. And then the final one on the list is gonna be ConvertKit. They create a pretty cool story. So like the creator marketing platform for your book, for like, and they're changing the assets on the right for podcast, etc. But the thing that I really like is the marketing hub you rely on to grow your audience, automate your marketing, sell your digital products, and then used by creators like you. So again, they're kind of putting me in front of it, and then they're showcasing some real examples there. Then they're showcasing the statistics. We believe that the future brings to creators. They're featuring creators because that's probably who's using their platform the most. And then starts marketing with ConvertKit. So this might be the first touch point for these influencers or whatever who's gonna be using the ConvertKit the most. The first touch point with any kind of marketing. So that's why they're probably saying start marketing with ConvertKit, because it's gonna be their first touch point, and like they're gonna start monetizing their audience like that. So like there are gonna be a lot more of these kind of positioning things based on a copy and like based on where the user is kind of converting on. So just make sure that instead of you thinking about is this nice or is this not nice or etc., try focusing more on these things and these important things when presenting your designs to your clients when working on your own products, so that you're going to be getting to the final stage of the design much easier. The next thing you're going to need to master is landing pages. When you start going and kind of creating some maybe marketing campaigns, paid ads, or anything of that matter, you're going to start getting into the landing pages and understanding how landing pages work to create a specific offer for a specific customer. And like Flux Academy is a great example of that. Usually these landing pages are pretty boring. They are just kind of pretty long, and like they don't have any nice designs. So they've done like an old concept which works for ages, and that is kind of having these landing pages, and they've created a really nice experience around it and created probably a really successful business by leveraging landing pages for specific courses where people need to kind of go and kind of where they're going to be buying. So again, like for the previous things, like they're focusing on copy, they're focusing on call to actions and headlines, and then also they know, okay, on this landing page somebody's going to be buying, and I'm going to be focused really completely to answer any of their possible questions and concerns by adding all of that data to the landing page itself. The next tip is going to be to make your website responsive. And I don't mean just making it responsive, but to actually go in Figma, and when you're designing your website, make sure that you design desktop, tablet, and mobile view. Just because sometimes, like if you jump directly into Webflow, you're just gonna go with the easiest approach on how it is to make something responsive versus creating something that is actually the best for users. So I mean, here on the screen, just a simple component like we're designing for one of our clients, and you're gonna see that on desktop it looks like this. On tablet, it's gonna become a slider, and then on mobile, it's gonna lose some of the assets from here, so that it looks kind of a little bit better and that it can perform better kind of on mobile, that everybody actually reads through all of the things. That's why I really encourage anybody to actually design for desktop and for mobile at least. Maybe tablet you can skip from time to time, but this way you're gonna be creating better designs. You're gonna be creating designs that work on all browsers, on all screen sizes, and that actually perform and convert better in the end. And then the final and fifth tip that I told at the beginning of the video that you're gonna be pretty excited about, hopefully, is to test and optimize constantly. I mean, like, the more and more kind of we do work at Flow Ninja, we started having like a more agile way of doing things. Instead of creating a one big project which is gonna be launching 50 pages at once, we're more going into an agile way, into sprint way, where we're gonna be launching, let's say, 3 pages, then we're gonna be adding 2 more, we're gonna be doing revisions to the first 3, and becoming more and more a partner for clients instead of actually trying to launch kind of a gazillion of things and squeezing all of that in 3 months. And that's why I think kind of even books like Alex Hormozy's kind of $100 million offers can become really handy for you to gather ideas and for you to gather things you can add to the website in order to test it and to make sure that it converts better. So just some of the examples here are kind of focusing on the dream outcome, because many times when we're designing for us, and like we're designing to showcase to everyone, look how cool our studio is, like we're the best ones ever, and like we're never actually focused on putting the customers first and like putting their dream outcome as the thing that we should be focusing on. And then you can see which obstacles they have into achieving that dream outcome. So it might be, hey, I want to go ahead and maybe wash my new car, but like maybe as a client, I'm scared that you're not gonna wash it properly, that you're gonna scratch it, I don't know, that you're not gonna dry it properly. Then on your website, you're gonna say, hey, we give you the money back if you're not satisfied with how we wash your car. Or like if you're doing a detailing business and somebody's scared that you might scratch something, we give you your money back plus $1,000 to fix like the scratch or something like that. I mean, like probably not the best example ever, but you do need to offer some guarantees, and you need to walk your customer through their pinpoints and to actually answer all of their questions through the landing page instead of just focusing on how something looks like. And then the final thing is gonna be to actually list all solutions that your company is gonna be solving by leveraging your services. So like, is it gonna be your client's services as a SaaS company or your services as a studio? So I don't know, some of the things we do internally is like, first of all, we showcase, okay, we work with a specific number of clients, so we're not just gonna take anybody out there. Then on sales calls, we go ahead and say, you know what, kind of we do work with some specific industries and some specific clients where we know that we can help you out. We're gonna be talking with a team on to actually see, can we help you out? So now at every single touch point, we're just showcasing, and either on the marketing website or on the back end, that we are there for them, and not that we're there just to take their money. And that actually showcases that you care and that you're there to deliver a better service. And then like also you can niche down and kind of start creating specific pages, maybe by leveraging the landing pages technique or something like that. So a great example here is like time management for sales professionals, time management for outbound B2B sales, and time management for outbound B2B power tools and gardening sales reps. The more and more specific you get kind of with kind of what you're telling, like which story you're telling on the website, the better it's gonna be. So that's why I feel like you need to kind of get a lot more into the consulting area, like if you want to do the web design kind of as a conversion rate optimization kind of business area, and not just for the visual and brand impact aspects of it, and you're gonna get that much more better results. So if you have some other tips on how to increase conversions on your next Webflow project, please leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more of these videos where we go over kind of some of our processes, some of our thought process behind one of the leading enterprise studios in Europe, make sure to go ahead down below to kind of click the bell icon and subscribe, because 60% of people who are watching the videos are not subscribed. So until the next video, bye bye.